on the ship and make a bunch of toys for the kids as they all die.
That's such a dark. That's not going to be a Hallmark one.
I'm sorry.
Some deep laughs for that. So yeah,
I think we should
the apocalypse, the asteroid, and children dying. That is what is bringing this laughter right here. Hello and welcome to another exciting, stupendous episode of Tank Talks. I am Brandon Lorick.
I am Keith Millender.
And I'm going to start talking normal, Keith, because I don't want to lose viewership.
Same here. Don't want people to leave after my air drum roll.
Yeah.
What are we doing today, Brandon? We want to get right into it, I'm sure.
Keith, last week we spoke ill of some Christmas shows.
Yeah.
And we got some feedback from that was not good. I know my mom was very disappointed that we took those movies.
But I'm sure my mom will also be disappointed.
But you know, the thing is, Keith, I got to stand by it. Because I just feel like we've just gotten lazy with a lot of stuff.
I agree.
A lot of Christmas movies.
So you're saying that a lot of Christmas movies are lazy as well?
Yes. I think that a lot of times you just get the same... You get like the same type of character, you get the same kind of story, and the same ending.
I mean, look at the Hallmark channel.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that Hallmark was rolling out like 200 new Christmas movies or something this year. You know what I thought as soon as I heard all that? I bet they're all bad. Because you can't make that many Christmas movies and have them be good.
And there's just, I think a lot of these movies I look at and I think, you had a really nice budget, and but more important than that, you had a team of writers to come up with it. And there's a lot of times where I watch a movie and I just think not one person in that room had an original idea, or they didn't think, hey, I think there's a problem with this. And I think to show that, to prove, not to show, to prove, I'm messing up my words, Keith. Tell them what we're going to do with these cups in front of us.
We are going to play a game. We think that these Christmas movies are a lot of Christmas movies are poorly written.
You're messing up words too. We need to bring in someone off the bench.
and we think they're poorly written, and we think that they are not original. So we have constructed a game to allow us to maybe come up with new Christmas movies that are a little more original. We have taken some famous actors and or actresses, depending upon whether they would like to be called whatever they want to be called.
Jordan one time explained that once you become good enough, you're an actor. Like, I always forget her name. Meryl Streep. She's considered an actor because people say she is good enough.
But if you're a sucky female actor, you're an actress?
I guess so.
Jordan is the actress.
I think it just because I've also a little fun fact for everyone. It's not a fun fact because the Indians were hurt by people. Right. But I listened to a podcast recently and it talked about how there is not one universally accepted term. Like there are people who they enjoy Indians, some that are Native Americans, some that are American natives, and it really just depends on who you're going to see what they find appropriate.
That is a very common sentiment these days. But let's talk about this game.
Yes.
So we have actors and actresses here. We have what the main character of the movie will be, their occupation or the type of character that they will be. And then finally we have a general plot that we are going to try to make Christmassy. So these plots do not have a Christmas theme necessarily, but we're going to try to add these three things together, and what comes out on the back end, we're going to make that into a Christmas movie that's hopefully original, hopefully really cool, and will hopefully make us a ton of money at the box office. Mm-hmm. Do you hear me, producers?
Sony, if you're listening to this, Sonic the Hedgehog, if you're listening to this,
either of you.
Yes.
You want to get started? Would you like to pick first?
I would.
I think the way we're going to handle this is one of us is going to pick, maybe see what comes to mind, read them aloud, and then we'll maybe try to work on it together a little bit, work on the movie to get together.
Do you want me to read these as I pull them out? Or?
Yeah, read them. Okay. I mean, you do it whatever you like to do, Brandon.
Okay, so first off, we're going to be starting with Nick Cage.
Oh, the Cage himself. We're going to the Rage Cage.
And he is a Jedi. So we have Nick Cage the Jedi. And what is he going to be doing?
Oh boy. I don't know.
It's winter in New York City. The main character is trapped on the subway. After
a fluke power outage.
when he befriends a plucky homeless person of the opposite gender who helps him or her get out.
So okay. Nicolas Cage is trapped on the subway after a power outage.
But he's a Jedi.
He's a Jedi. And he befriends a plucky homeless lady who helps him escape. How does this movie become Christmassy? I can tell you what my idea was.
What's your idea?
My first inclination was that he's trapped. He's trying to get to the Christmas parade, but he's trapped on the subway. But that was my original thought.
I think you have like what's the evil version of Santa?
Krampus.
Krampus.
Okay.
Like Krampus, like has sent like a droid army down there because he's gonna kill Nick Cage.
Because Nick Cage is somehow in America.
Yes, and Nick Cage has to teach this plucky sidekick the ways of the Force.
Okay, so it's Nick Cage and a homeless lady who is learning how to use the Force against a droid army who is attacking New York City.
Yes.
At Christmas time, hopefully.
Yeah, he's trying to get to the Christmas parade. So there's a good 30 minutes of the film where it's just Nick Cage training this woman in the ways of the Force. So
who is in they're lifting Christmas ornaments and stuff in Times Square?
Yeah.
Who would you say was sending the droid army?
Krampus.
Krampus. So Krampus is trying to stop the Christmas parade, and Krampus in America, and Krampus has been he's been recruited by the Emperor.
Yes.
Okay.
He's the new Sith.
There are two. There are. Yeah. Always two.
This was between Count Dooku being killed and Anakin Skywalker being drafted into the fold.
Right.
Krampus was the main guy for a month.
Right. So while the Emperor was pretending to look for the Separatists, he was actually trying to destroy Christmas on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I want to add one more wrinkle until we get to our next one. Keith, I want to add one more wrinkle into this before we move on to the next one. The plucky woman is also played by Nicolas Cage.
Okay. I like that.
And there's our Christmas movie, number one.
And so what happens at the end? Do you want to spoil it?
Nick Cage wins.
Okay. And he makes it to the parade?
Yeah, with the plucky woman riding.
It turns out that Santa Claus is actually in the parade is Krampus in disguise, and he destroys Krampus. That's why the Emperor needs Anakin.
Yeah.
Because Nick Cage killed Krampus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. I've got Jennifer Lawrence. She is going to play a down on their luck singer. That makes sense. Jennifer Lawrence is a singer who's down on her luck, and I want to pick one that I didn't write, which would be this one. Jennifer Lawrence must travel across the country to make it back home. This seems like a pretty simple formula.
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer Lawrence is a down on her luck singer. She's been cruising. She's stuck out there in the Midwest. She's born in the Midwest, and there's not a lot going on out there. But she's got pipes, man. Jennifer Lawrence has some pipes, and she
doesn't have soul though.
Right, she doesn't have soul yet. So she's singing in the bars. She's singing in the different dives out there until the Michael Bublé's producer for Christmas music. Because he only sings Christmas music. Michael Bublé's producer actually crashes his plane out there as Jennifer Lawrence is coming home from work. And so she saves Michael Bublé's manager from the plane crash. She drags him out of there and it keeps him alive by doing a CPR on him because he's CPR trained. And gets him to the hospital. And then whenever he wakes up, Jennifer Lawrence is still there and he says, "Tell me who saved my life." And so they bring Jennifer Lawrence in there, and when she goes to introduce herself, the nurses stop her and they say, "Oh no, she can't introduce. She's a singer. Jennifer Lawrence can really sing." So the nurses push her to sing in front of Michael Bublé's manager. She does. Michael Bublé's manager is floored by her singing ability, and he says, "I've got a Christmas song, a Christmas album that we need to make, but I'm injured. And I cannot get you across the country, and I don't have my wallet, and no one will understand it's me. So if you can make it to New York City and give Michael Bublé the secret code word, he will let you sing with him in his next live Christmas performance." And
who's playing the manager?
Who's playing the manager? I'm trying to think of what's his name? The guy who plays Scarface.
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino. Al Pacino is Michael Bublé's manager. And he helps her get back there, and so she does make it. But actually, this Christmas, to make it more original, Michael Bublé thinks she sucks, and so she doesn't get to sing.
That's something.
Yeah, I think I'd watch that movie. I love me some J-Law.
All right, we have Melissa McCarthy.
Oh boy, this is gonna be good.
And she is a toy maker.
Melissa McCarthy is a toy maker.
Melissa McCarthy, a toy maker. I want to get one of these delicious ones here. A surprise asteroid has hit the Earth, and the apocalypse is just beginning as the main character leaves on a cruise.
Oh man, there's so many good ideas for this.
So Melissa McCarthy, toy maker. She's on a cruise ship.
And an asteroid has just hit. The apocalypse is beginning. Oh, there's so many directions you could take this, I feel.
Give me a direction.
I believe in you.
I feel like I'm just gonna resort to her taking everything on the ship and creating like a bunch of droids out of it. Like she's like a master builder.
Well, I'm thinking Christmas here. Mm-hmm. And we've had some action already with the droids attacking Nicolas Cage. Maybe this is even in the same universe.
That's just my go-to, when it comes to Christmas movies, it's just robots.
I'm not saying this is better, but what I'm thinking is it's another kind of dark one. It's the apocalypse. We can't do anything to stop the apocalypse. There's nothing that toys can do to stop the apocalypse. But what the toys can do on this Christmas cruise is make sure that all the kids on the cruise have one good last Christmas. This is going to be a dark one, boys and girls. This is going to be Melissa McCarthy's swan song. That's just what I'm just seeing. Like, she does take the things on the. We can do the droids, but also she can take all the stuff on the ship and make a bunch of toys for the kids as they all die.
That's such a dark. That's not going to be a Hallmark one.
I'm sorry.
Some deep laughs for that. So yeah,
I think we should.
The apocalypse, the asteroid, and children dying. That is what is bringing this laughter right here.
I think we should do the droid one. How does she? Let's go back with yours. How does she save the world from the apocalypse with the droids?
I think she just the power of their Christmas? Happiness reverses the effects of the asteroid.
Okay, now how does that play in with Christmas is what I'm asking.
It is because it has just hit, and everyone's like, once we get back, like our Christmas is going to be ruined. But then by
the apocalypse.
Yeah, but she knows that the power of positivity
can save the world, not only save the world, but can save Christmas.
Yes.
So she knows that if she can fix the asteroid, all the dust.
If she brings the Christmas spirit like high enough, then they can awaken Santa Claus.
Okay.
And he can bring back, like he can create a device that can turn back the effects. Right. You know how like Superman can fly around the Earth?
She's gonna summon the true toy maker.
Yes. So Santa will be in his sleigh, and he'll just go so fast around the Earth that it'll turn backwards, and the kids will see like the asteroid like being lifted and like shooting back into space.
Right.
And then once it's back into space, Santa will just like down like his eye and just shoot lasers out of his like eyes
with a twinkle.
Or he'll like turn all the reindeers into like a cannon and they'll shoot.
This is quite a film. I didn't know how much special effects we'd have to use. That is a true Christmas spirit.
Yeah, a lot of money.
That's a Christmas film. I feel bad about it. I mean, I didn't think it was funny that children are dying. I just feel like it'd be funny to force Melissa McCarthy into a role where she only does comedies to force her into a role where like she has to be the one who helps these children die. Because she's helping them die. Mm-hmm. Meryl Streep. God, we were all ladies in this episode.
Except for Nick Cage. But he's playing a woman.
Yeah, so. He is. Okay. Meryl Streep is playing a space captain. Meryl Streep plays a space captain who, I think I might have wrote this one. Oh boy, I did. Okay. is the worst possible one. All right, Meryl Streep is playing a space captain. It's the early 1900s, and the main character is shipped out to a western frontier town to live with distant relatives. Meryl Streep must learn the ways of the West, and amid the threat that her murderous uncle might still be alive, and seeking revenge on the town that banished him. Okay, so it's a steampunk world where we've already invented space travel by the early 1900s. So you know the aesthetic I'm going for.
Yeah.
So Meryl Streep is shipped over. She loses one eye in a space battle, and then since she can no longer captain her ship, she is sent to Earth, where she must live out in the West with distant relatives. It's very tough. They don't have all the technology, so she has to learn to shoot a 6-shooter, as well as learn to work the land and to play the piano in the saloon. But she hears rumors that her murderous uncle, distant uncle, is still alive, even after the town banished him for his murderousness. And eventually he does come back on Christmas Day with a gift, but it's a big old steampunk bomb. And so on Christmas Day, she has to return the gift to sender by killing her murderous uncle and thus saving Christmas for the town.
I like that, Keith.
And also the space battle was on the Christmas 1 year prior. So 2 years in a row she was going to get a horrible gift. But really what happens the second year, she gives the gift of survival.
I think people enjoy Meryl Streep. They enjoy westerns.
She can play anything.
They enjoy steampunk.
Yeah, she can do anything.
Do you want to do one or two more?
One more, and then if we have time. I mean, this will be a 20-minute one. Mm-hmm. I'm just enjoying playing this game.
All right, we've got Jamie Foxx.
Attaboy, yeah. Django!
And he is an orphan.
Is this going to be kid Jamie Foxx?
I think adult Jamie Foxx
is an orphan.
Yeah. 10 years after giving up street racing, Jamie Foxx must burn rubber one last time.
Okay, tell me how that plays out.
So he finds out that like the orphanage he was raised in, he goes back to visit them for Christmas.
Okay.
Like he does every year.
I was wondering how you're going to work in the orphanage.
And he shows up there and he realizes that they're about to be condemned so they can build a new mall. Because everyone in movies, it's always bad whenever you're going to build something like a mall. Something's going to boost the economy.
Yeah.
And so like he shows up there and the guy is like, no, like there's no way like I'm going to like let these orphans live here.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm going to have an Arch Julius right there.
Mm.
And so Jamie Foxx is like, well, he finds out that the guy has like a collection of cars.
Yeah.
He's like, if you think your cars are so good, why don't you put it to the test? And he's like, okay. And so they have like one last street race
for the mall.
Yeah, like to see who gets it. Like whoever wins gets the deed, like to that land.
To the land, okay.
Yeah.
So what
Jamie Foxx, like he's they're racing. And he hears something in the trunk, and he realizes that there's like a kid that was sneaking in the trunk.
Oh yeah.
And so he talks to the kid, and he's like, no, I can't, I gotta stop. He's like, you're gonna lose the race. He's like, I can't like have you hurt. And the kid's like, nah, like you've been hurting me because like you've been treating us like we aren't people. Like you remember the orphan code.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, you're right.
You're right. I remember the orphan.
And so then they have to like put it into high gear.
Yeah, they
and,
press
finish
the red
out the
button.
race. Mm. And I don't know how it's going to end, Keith, because movies like that, whenever you have like the big business and malls versus an orphanage,
That's
you
true.
never know who's going to win. You
never
know.
It always turns out.
Those films are always in doubt.
Always turns out different.
Do you want to do one more, Keith?
Hey, I had an idea while you were talking.
Uh-huh.
What we'll do is we'll pick these we'll pick them out, and then we'll let our viewers comment what they think happens.
Okay.
Make your own movies. Please do leave a comment if you made it this far. If you're our relative, if you're somebody who cares for us, or if you're somebody who just watches us sometimes, and you say, I like you, boys, just leave a comment. Take some time out of your day and leave us a comment, dang it. Right?
Okay.
This is fun. All right. No, not her. Something better. Perfect. Matthew McConaughey. I'm not trying to be sexist. I just want to pick someone everybody knows all the time. Matthew McConaughey is going to play a greeting card writer. So Matthew McConaughey plays an author of greeting cards who... When a camping trip goes wrong, it's up to Matthew McConaughey to save his family. But beware the Yeti. Okay, so Matthew McConaughey is an author of gift greeting cards, and he's on a camping trip, and he has to save his family on a camping trip when it goes wrong. But the tagline of the movie is "Beware the Yeti." So please write that movie for us. Just a little brief plot synopsis of that film, and we will love to read that. And the winner might even get a little prize. We'll have to figure that out. Anything else to say, Brandon?
That's it.
All right. Thank you for watching this video. We know it's been a long one, but we really like playing these games, and we love you very much.